decision-making body of the applicable law and factual findings.
Yes, just as I explained, you must base your decision on competent, substantial evidence.
If there's no further deliberations, I'll entertain a motion at this time. Commissioner Farnsworth and Commissioner Clark on the second, correct? Okay. All right, if there's no further deliberations, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Motion passes unanimous on the rezoning there as well. Does that take us to agenda items? Perfect, okay. All right, Mr. Rec Director, if you're ready, we are. If you want to come on down. Yeah, this is a planning feedback to staff.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, and members of the commission. For the record, Rod Clark, Parks and Recreation Director. I do not have a presentation, but I am here tonight to provide a follow-up to the discussion workshops that we had that took place the latter half of last year. During that time, staff conducted a series of internal and external workshops and discussions with community members and local architects to help identify the most effective path forward for enhancing and expanding our Newberry Park system. Tonight, I'll be asking for two motions from the commission. The first relates to development of Champions Park South, specifically the gym itself. And the second concerns future improvements at MLK Junior Park. Regarding Champions Park, we heard from the commission about the need for additional gym space to support community programming. I will say that building a new gymnasium would allow us to diversify our programming opportunities, create new revenue streams, and host tournaments and events that have not previously been offered in Newberry, thus boosting our sports tourism revenue. This approach also better positions us for long-term growth compared to the original concept of adding only a gym with 2 courts. By developing Champions Park South, we have the opportunity to construct a 4-court facility that better meets the current and future needs for our recreational programming and community events. In addition, I would also ask that you consider that this project includes a $3 million incentive commitment. So with that in mind, Mr. Mayor, I would ask for a motion directing staff to move forward with developing Champions Park. So.
Okay, very good, Rec Director. So yeah, we'll just take the Champions Park. We're just providing direction for the staff to move forward. Of course, the site planning and actual building details and all that stuff will come later on. We're just kind of giving them a motion to begin moving forward based on all that feedback. I know most of you were, or some of you at least, were at various discussions about all the different parks that we had. So just regarding Champions Park, is there a motion we'd like to put on the floor? Okay. That was Commissioner Long and Commissioner Clark, right? Okay. And the motion is to move forward with citing Champions Park South, correct? Okay. We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion from the Commissioner Clark?
Rod, it's been an ongoing discussion and a lot of time and effort on y'all's part, and I appreciate it with the drawings, with the things that have happened at MLK. It's good feedback for us to make decisions on.
Yes, sir.
I would say that having a granddaughter in the volleyball system and number 2 in the state of Florida with her team with Gainesville Juniors,
Awesome.
11U, that there's the ball programs which generate tons of stuff for this community, economic impact on, that too would be a driver. I didn't realize how big the volleyball programs are
For sure.
with these children traveling. They're going to Tampa and, all the way up to Michigan and
Yes.
out to Kansas and
Texas,
so it just
California.
really amazes me once you get in here and see how big these sports get with these children.
Right.
My comment is that when we build one, let's build it big enough and have it ready to expand because not only with our fields as we do, the volleyball, the indoor stuff will take off one day too. So
Yes, sir.
I know on an engineer, they can just build in what they call blowout ends or whatever. And if we need to go again on 10 or 15 years down the road, we can keep rolling. So
Like what we did with this building.
Yeah, just always put in for the expansion, because this thing is, it's really huge. And 4 to 6 courts, I mean, I don't know how big a building we gotta have, but it's got to be big right out of the gate to be able to do what you're talking about, bring in the teams and make money on it too.
Yes, sir. We'll be able to host those travel ball, volleyball tournaments,
Yeah.
so that our local kids don't always have to travel. So far,
It's definitely a economic impact when you have a great facility.
for sure.
And I know Newberry will have a great facility.
Yes, sir.
So, thank you.
Commissioner Coleman?
Is there room for a splash park next to it? So they can go from there and cool off in the splash park?
I would love for that to happen.
Okay, that's all I wanted to hear. Thank you.
Any further discussion? Any comment from the public? Seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. The ayes have it, the motion passes unanimous. All right, so let's take a look at MLK Park.
Okay, so the second item relates to MLK Park. As you mentioned, Mr. Mayor, staff recently hosted a community workshop focused on the MLK Park Master Plan, where we received valuable feedback from residents. And we also noticed that, those in attendance were very excited about the master plan, and the discussions that took place in that meeting were encouraging. Mr. Stressing was the project architect, presented 3 similar concepts for discussion. I will say the key feedback from the community included relocating the basketball court, adding a smaller court for younger children, covering the court, and increasing available parking. Staff believes that relocating the basketball court further east within the park, that's this way, would allow us to expand parking capacity and reduce potential conflicts between park users and those renting the actual facility. To accomplish these improvements, the park amenities would need to expand beyond the existing dirt road to the east, which would require closure at that section of the roadway. At this time, staff is seeking direction from the commission on whether you would like us to proceed with closing the road segment and moving forward with the basketball court relocation and associated improvements. So if that's the commission's preference, Mr. Mayor, I would ask for a motion directing staff to move forward with that approach.
Thank you. Would somebody like to make a motion to that effect? Commissioner Long and Commissioner Clark on that one as well. So it's closing that road segment. That's maybe 300, 400 feet worth of road that doesn't really get used. It actually keeps us from being able to use that wedge area of grass.
Correct.
So we can move this basketball court east to the railroad track and basically add some parking where the existing basketball court is. Do any of the commissioners have any comment, question of the
got
rec
one
director?
comment. So
Commissioner
I
Ross?
was at that workshop and the feedback was very welcoming. Moving the basketball courts, to me, makes it easier to have entertainment, and you get the kids in a separate area so they don't conflict with noise and kind of have the building get occupied by the kids being outside. It kind of can separate them a little bit.
That's
So,
right.
and then having a covered court is great because they do a lot of events out there for Thanksgiving, Christmas. So having that access to me is great. Expanding that park can kind of utilize a lot more. So I think the sooner we can get it, the better. So great
Yeah,
job.
I agree with that, Commissioner. And, with that basketball court being so close to the building, the kids occupy, that's the place that they head for, right? They go to the basketball court. And in addition, they utilize that porch. They kind of hang out on that porch area. So we can kind of move them a little bit further to the east and kind of enjoy the rest of the park. That would be better. That road kind of keeps us from utilizing that other section, right? So it's almost like having a road through your park. So that's why we're asking for that road to be closed, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Any comment from the public?
So this would be a permanent closure to the road, or?
I'm sorry, I can't. Come on up to the podium, just introduce yourself and ask your question. Name and question.
Hi, I'm JD Mercado. Pleasure to meet you all.
JD, hold on a second. We get
I'm familiar to this. My apologies. Hi, I'm JD Mercado. So my question on the road then was that closure of the road to just be worked on, or would it be a permanent closure to that spot of the road? And then to the housing that is adjacent to that, how does that affect that? Because I actually do own that property.
You own would the road would be closed permanently, so they would just have to go over to the east of it right now.
And so I would be on the corner adjacent to, you know how there is the park and then there's a property, and then that would be my property then.
We northeast, south, or west of the park, sir?
I would be to the south.
Okay. So it would only affect you if you're trying to go north.
Okay, so I would not be
yeah.
able to go that way anymore.
Not through that segment. You can go around on the west. On the west side of the park, there's another road right there.
My other question then becomes, would it be possible to incorporate adult fitness equipment to the park as well, so that way it becomes more of a walking circuit too, to kind of invite the community in?
We can take it down and take a look at it, for sure.
All right, thank you. I appreciate everyone's time.
All right, thank you. Any further discussion from the public? If there's no further discussion or question
Well, I
from
know,
the staff, okay.
to his comment, I know there was discussions of a pickleball court, stuff like that for those to use. Like I said, I don't play it, but I know it's a big game and everybody plays it now. So that's something that can probably be utilized a lot more use for it. So
Commissioner Farnsworth?
Rod, I just want to say I appreciate everything you've been doing. I know you got a lot of things on your plate right now with the Champions Park, the gymnasium, the MLK, and I think you're doing a fantastic job. The one thing I am not happy with is that you still have not taught me how to play pickleball. And hopefully you'll take care of that one day.
I'm ready when you are, sir. I'll be happy to do so.
City manager?
Mr. Mayor, I want to be clear, at this point, we do have some funding to go ahead and work on the road closure, repairing, like taking the dirt road out, getting some grass in, and start working on moving the basketball court down. Phase 2 would be going after a FERDAP grant, getting some extra funding. Those covers over the courts are very expensive. So I just want to make sure we're clearly communicating with everybody. And to the residents' comment, all options are on the table right now. We got a lot of feedback at the workshop about pickleball courts and different things. Those decisions will still come back to the commission periodically and say, okay, we got phase 1 done. Now we're moving. I think we got heard loud and clearly. We want the basketball court moved from the community, and we want that cover. But the cover is somewhere between $300,000 and $500,000. So we're going to need some help, some appropriations, grant funding to help on that. Those aren't cheap. So we will work on this thing in a phasing, but I don't want anybody to walk out of this meeting thinking that there's going to be a covered basketball court at MLK tomorrow. We're going to take this fiscally, conservatively, move our way through, make sure that we get the best value for our money.
Your point's well taken. Commissioner Clark?
Rod, I know I too was at that meeting with you and the community. We had many renderings that night. Are we moving the basketball court was on all of those? But there was parking and pickleball courts and for the kids, we were redoing some smaller kids stuff and moving some, have you come up with the master plan yet? Or are we still just, once we move those, we'll see what is next? Is it going to come back before the commission or the community?
Yes, sir.
Another meeting, or what will we do?
Yes, sir. I would say that we will bring it back to the commission with those details. Like I said, we heard pretty loud and clear that the community wanted us to move the basketball court.
yeah.
And like you said, the move of the basketball court was on all three of the renderings. So we're pretty clear on
Get that
what we
one
need to
done
do
first.
first. Yeah. So
All right.
absolutely.
We have a motion from Commissioner Long that was seconded by Commissioner Clark on the floor. If there's no other further discussion, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes unanimous, 4-0. And this concludes our formal agenda. We'll move to comments. Citizens first, 5 minutes. Come on down, ma'am.
Brought my water tonight. Sorry about the dry mouth. I take some medicine that causes that, so I
No worries.
apologize. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Donna Graydon, and thank you for allowing me to voice my comments regarding zoning regulations for the code section 4.2.41 commercial kennels and section 4.4 agriculture zoning as it pertains to the upcoming special exception petition 25-02 application by E.T. Mutt Hut located on Northwest 32nd Avenue in Newberry. In our last City Commission meeting held on February 23rd, you heard the Community Development Director, City Manager, and Ms. McClendon, the applicant of the special exception and owner of E.T. Mutt Hut, speak regarding this ordinance and the potential to rewrite this ordinance. This rewrite would allow her already established commercial kennel to gain licensure in rural agricultural space on a non-arterial highway. While I want to commend and thank the city employees and the Community Development Department for catching that her application did not meet the established city ordinance requirements, I am less than pleased that city officials initiated an ordinance change to potentially retrofit and change ordinances to meet this one application. At least it looks like this, since a public records request made by my husband to the city has come up with no further information about any other applications prompting this change. This attempt for these records was made several times with verbiage clarifying different parameters. Still, nothing else was reported. Back to the special exception 25-02 application and the ordinance rewrite. This would allow a commercial kennel next to our private residence and rural agricultural area to be approved with proposed revisions in upcoming meetings. Even though buffers are being discussed, this particular kennel has only field fence as a barrier between the two properties. Furthermore, since her field play for dogs takes place in an open field, not from her conditioned indoor kennel areas or kennel runs extending from her building, as stated in her application, shouldn't this field area have a proposed setback as well if the ordinance is changed? I just want you to consider these comments as you collect information in the upcoming weeks or months to make these decisions for proposed ordinance changes and special exception application approvals. Now, you might ask, why are my husband and I putting such efforts into these city planning discussions? Well, as you have heard in previous meetings, I have lived on our family property for 57 years and relish in the rural agricultural lifestyle. And even though I don't engage in Newberry social media, my husband and I are vested in this community. I have gone to school here all my life, been involved with the same local church since the age of 3, and brought home a national FFA Horse Proficiency Award to Newberry High School and this community. My husband Greg and I are so vested that we want Newberry to be our final resting place. And even have already purchased our plots at the Newberry Cemetery with engraved headstone in place. We are involved and will continue to be involved in this discussion until the final votes are made. Thank you for your time.
Anyone else?
Good evening. I'm Greg Graydon. I remember to do my name this time. I'm learning how to do this. I hope to not get good at it. Yeah, this is not something I want to get good at. Good evening. At the last commission meeting, I noted that I was going to make myself available until close of business the Friday after that to meet with anyone that wanted to meet with me to work on an acceptable noise barrier to help resolve the issue. Well, unfortunately, that date passed and nobody reached out to me, and my timer passed and it went ding and nobody contacted me. And I'd like to explain to the commission why I set that deadline, because I feel I owe you that explanation. To do so, I need to give you a little brief history of Northwest 32nd Avenue, that little two-rut road that we live on. It's not a city or county-maintained corridor. It's actually kind of unique. It's one of those self-maintained roadways, if you consider self-maintains it. I've maintained it for 30 years that I've lived out there, and even a little bit longer than that, because I was the only person that graded it for years when it was just the Lees and the Willinghams that lived out there. Except for the last hurricane that put several pretty significant limbs down there, and we had several neighbors, including the McClendons, that helped us out, and we appreciated all the help we got then. If that road has been graded, it's been done by me. If a limb's been picked up, or if underbrush has been cut back, or limbs have been trimmed back where you can drive by without your vehicle being getting scratched, it's been done by Donna and me. It's self-maintained by us. And I'm not saying that to complain or to brag. I'm just giving you a history of the org chart of the Northwest 32nd Avenue Road Department. And a little more recent history. The Monday before our last commission meeting, or your last commission meeting, I'm not saying ours, but it feels like ours, but we're here now. It was President's Day. Great day, a holiday that some people had off. I wasn't one of them. It was my typical Monday. My Mondays suck, for lack of a better word. They're just Mondays. 6:30 in the morning, I'm in the office, worked all day. It wasn't a good day. I hurried home to work on that road because you might remember the day before President's Day, it finally rained. It had been a while since it rained, and that road needed worked on, and you don't want to work on dry sand. Hurried in, changed into some clothes I didn't mind wearing on the tractor, headed out, and before I headed out, Donna stopped me. Hey, want to let you know, neighbor's going to come over, had a package delivered to our house by mistake for her. Great. Tell her I said hi, give her my best. While I was grading, she came by me twice. I pulled over both times, be sure she had plenty of room. She intentionally went by me, looking straight ahead, refused to make eye contact, definitely refused to wave back. Both times. Well, you know, I misspoke. I said my neighbor did that. Actually, my neighbor did not do that. The person that lives next to us did that, because that's not what a neighbor does. At that point, I was done. I was done with this process. But I'm really trying to be a better person. I'm trying to be a better neighbor. And I know that I told this board, and I know that I told Ms. Hectus that I was going to try to work with them to come up with a viable solution. And I had a plan to come to this meeting and tell you about the deadline that I come up with. And it worked out even better yet because the applicant was here so she could hear me say, I'll give her to the end of the week. And when that deadline passed and she didn't reach out to me, I was finished. At this point, they could buy the O'Connell Center to put over the ET Mutt Hut. I don't care. I'm finished. Neighbors wave at neighbors, especially when a neighbor is out doing something nice for others. In life, people make choices, and they live with the responsibility of the consequences of those choices. I give you some free consulting as an engineer. There's no way on a piece of property that's only 400 feet wide, you can fit offset to an open run that's got a 300-foot offset. You cannot possibly do it. So, Mr. City Manager, I'm going to ask you, how long are you going to let a business run that's out of compliance? 4 seconds. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Any other citizen comments? Seeing none, we'll start down on the far side with the city manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I've got just a few. First off, I want to introduce Miss Angie Walker sitting over here. She's been the person escorting people to the bathroom tonight because she's that kind of chip in and make it all happen. But she is also becoming Randa and mine right-hand woman very quickly. you will begin to see things populating on your calendar that she's put in there. So I know that emails are hard to keep track of. We send out those emails. She's just going to put it right on your calendar, right? So also, that means you got to check your calendar. I'll do the best I can to send out those reminders, but they're going to be on the calendar as we put them in. Did you have a 5-6 minute speech that you had prepared for? Did you want to say anything about Miss Angie? No?
Sure. I'm super excited and thankful that you're joining our team.
I echo it. I think it's going to be great already. I think, we're doing well. We're going to do even better now. Speaking of things that are going to populate on your calendars, right? Want to send out an invitation to the Whistling Duck Solar Farm grand opening. This is a solar farm that Newberry bought into years and years ago, right? That is March 18th at 10 a.m. That's probably on your calendar already. If not, it'll probably be there by tomorrow. The directions and everything, just as a reminder, Newberry gets about 5 to 7.5% of our energy from solar, so it's just enough to offset. We have diversified in our energy needs. I also want to invite you to the Elevate Barbell Club grand opening. That's March 14th at 11 a.m. That's right next door to Bev's. It's probably already also on your calendar, although I may not have asked Angie to do that one, but I'm asking her right now, so I'm sure she's going to make that happen. That's on March 14th at 11 a.m., right next to Bev's Burgers. And then the F300 Ag Tech is holding a welcome reception for the brand new cohort. We have 4 new agricultural incubator businesses that are going to move through that accelerator program. That reception is March 11th at 5:30 at the municipal building. That one will certainly be on your calendar as well. So 4 new ag tech incubator businesses that are going to go through in that cohort. We're very excited. Also want to apologize to the folks who are at home. You will be able to listen to this video with sound tomorrow. We just have to reboot the whole system. We're getting all these little quirks out of the system. We are recording. It will be on YouTube tomorrow. Mr. Mayor, that concludes my comments.
Oh, perfect. All right. And Madam Attorney, do you have anything tonight? Madam Clerk?
Sir.
Do you want to remind everybody about the election?
Sure. We are well into the swing of things on the election. I see 4 candidates in here this evening. A reminder, treasurer reports are due Friday. If you drop it in the utility drop box, please make sure to email me so that I can have the timestamp. If you have any questions, anything I can help with, please reach out to me or Angie, and I'll echo Jordan again. Welcome.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Can you
She
help me?
jogged your memory on something,
She
huh?
did. Just on election, please, I know that the yard signs are very popular. Please check with Randa or Miss Stacy over there. You can only put a yard sign in someone's private property. You can't go on FDOT. This always becomes a campaign. So if you're not if you're not clear about where you can legally put those signs, right? We can help you know where that legally can be done. If you have the business owner's permission, you can put it there. If you have the property owner's permission, FDOT right away is a no-go.
No-go.
Right? So if we come and get your signs, it's not because we're not liking you. It's because you put them in an illegal spot, and we have to be fair to everybody. So just saying that out loud.
All right, Commissioner Coleman, you ready?
What day is election day?
Tuesday, April 14th.
Why is it showing 13th on mine? That's great. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's probably important you know that. Commissioner Clark, you want to go while he's...
Skip me right now. I just hope my campaign signs aren't dated the wrong.
A couple things, Mr. Mayor. Number
sir.
one, I would like to tell the community, and I haven't said much about it till now. I've made the decision. I did file. I will be running for reelection for seat 2. And I appreciate everybody that has supported me in the past and supports me in the future. So I am running for this position again. And I will say it publicly, this will be my last 2 years. So I will retire and go out to the wind. I would say there's a lot going on in the world. And as y'all know, as a veteran myself, my God bless our troops that are deployed and the ones that we have lost already in this campaign. So condolence to all those that have lost their lives already. So that's what I got, and thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Farnsworth?
I would like to say, Randa, this is your first go at this, and you've done an absolutely fantastic job with it. And I know it's just kind of the beginning of it, but getting everybody signed up and registered and everything, I mean, there's really been no hiccups. I think you've done a great job, and I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Long?
I don't have much. I went to the new tea shop right there by Capricious. The teas are strong. I wasn't prepared for it, but it's a nice little change in the city. So go try them out. Great environment, got nice treats. So that's something we want to try to promote downtown as much as possible, bring as much attraction as we can to downtown. So take a chance, you walk downtown, go by there. Other than that, a great time at Gator Nationals. We got some rain this week. We got to have Gator Nationals every weekend if we get some rain.
Evidently.
They do it every year. I don't know
Evidently.
what it is, but they bring in that rain. But we needed it much. And other than that, that's about it.
Thank you, Commissioner Long, and we'll go back to Commissioner Coleman.
Yeah, I was officially announcing that I'm running for City Commissioner Group 1. I think this is my 16th year, or will be. And it's April the 14th. So if I put the wrong date, I apologize. Don't show up one day early.
Better than showing up late.
It was
Anyway.
Anyway, yeah, and I look forward to going to the F300, and that's next week, right? No?
Okay, March 11th, this Wednesday.
Oh, this Wednesday. I'm telling you, I'm terrible with my calendar, man. I blame it on COVID. All right, and God bless America. God bless our troops. And y'all have a great week.
Very good. And as far as my final comments, yeah, on behalf of the city and this, we wish all the candidates the best of luck. I encourage every candidate to showcase what they are bringing to the table, not condemning the opponent as to what they do not bring to the table, and just try to keep everything above the belt. And that goes for all the supporters as well, more importantly. I don't have any other dates to add, but we are adjourned.